We good? We should be streaming. Let's make sure I copied the key correctly. Cool. Hey, SMBI, welcome everyone to, at least in Pennsylvania, a very cold and rainy morning. I've been up all night, more or less. So, my name's Tokyo Scarab. I will be commentating and running my own randomizer for Mega Man X with a seed that I think is, well, hopefully not too appropriate. So one of the things the randomizer does that I coded in is that it generates a suggested title for every seed that you make in it, which is something that I always used to do when I would do randomizer seeds. Come with bootleg names, just kind of like little fun things. Just give the seed a little bit of character. Give something a name, you tend to put a little attachment into it in one way or another, positive or negative. But big hand to Zelly for that 11 and a half hour run. Also, one thing you might notice, or by default, anyone who's pretty familiar with Mega Man X, is that if you don't hit anything within probably like 2 seconds, it'll just keep looping demo. Yeah, not here. So I can pretty much just hold on here for as long as I want. So there's a lot of things changed in this, and I see that I'm the only one doing commentary, which is great because there's a lot to go over in the, well, hopefully not fully 2 hours, but I've seen a little bit of what's in stores, so it might be 2 hours. So I guess without further ado, like the first thing you might even notice is just the first button input of the game where things will start to be different, and I'll cover everything as we go. So without any further ado, let's get this one going. Actually, I guess that doesn't look terribly different from default. So let's, things you might notice right off the bat. Well, my health is not the standard 16. I actually believe it looks like 10. So let's start moving. Oh man, Mega Man, why are you so fast? So, I'll let that go. Really would like to hold on to my health. So one of the things I've randomized in this, or at least a setting that I've put in for this seed, is charging time is completely randomized, but this particular seed gives me a charge that is ridiculously fast. And every stage of charge is completely independent. Also, we have quite a high gravity, so I'm going to see if I can get out of here, because I actually didn't go down here in any of my testing. Mega Man's movement in every aspect. This is on console, by the way, if anyone had any questions about that. Also, yeah. So this is all running on a Super Nintendo. I need to take some damage here. There we go, we're good. So my jump height, my speed, like everything. Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Alright, we're good. And not too much scroll. So yeah, my movement speed. If you have any questions, please ask, and I'll be happy to answer all of them. So Vile thinks that he's gonna like body us, but we're just playing along. So let's see. Movement. Every aspect of X's movement has been ununiformly randomized, as opposed to basically adjusting them all in even intervals within their own proportions, as far as like going up slopes, down slopes, walking left to right is different. In the randomizer, it's called drunk mode. I've also applied this to projectiles, all of them. What else did I apply to this? A lot of stuff. My health is randomized. My starting amount of lives are also randomized, though I do not remember what they actually are. So we'll do a little bit of boring. Yes, drunk mode. Sometimes Mega Man gets a little tipsy, and we'll see a little bit more of that. So Let's see. Dash speed, dash length. We'll get to that. Gravity and jump height. You have a pretty good normal jump, but like, as you can see, here's the drunk bit where it seems like going up slopes is a little random. Like, him going up slopes is... You can only have one thing. Like, right here's a good thing. Like, if I fire the yellow charge to the right, it goes like really slow. It's awesome, like clipping through parts of the slopes. Where if I fire it this way, it's like about normal. So we have our first Dr. Light capsule, which this capsule, Mega Man, this capsule contains an enhancement for your helmet. Now you notice this is the helmet upgrade instead of dash. So the light capsules are still all in the same spots, but what they give you is different, which is a pretty big thing, because now, well, you don't have dash, but, well, once you see dash, not too many spoilers, but, I mean, we're already really fast, so I don't even know if we really need dash. But maybe our dash speed is even faster. Also, Buffalax, what is good? Oh, right, there we go. Oh yeah, wait a minute. I do not want to go here yet, because that's going to be bad news. So, I've got all I really want from this stage. Now you're like, why won't you fight Penguin? Well, there's a mode built into the randomizer, and the next place I really want to go is probably going to go to every one of these stages and start hitting up upgrades, because we're going to need them, because our first boss fight is going to come probably in the... We're going to visit a few stages and upgrade for more health and ability to soak more damage, because the first boss room we actually enter is going to be Penguin, but we have to prepare ourselves to this Penguin fight. So this spring is, because I randomized light capsules, they're all dependent on the vanilla game of you having dash. And you cannot hit that unless you have dash. So here, coincidentally enough, is the dialogue for the Penguin capsule, where we get boots. So now we'll have helmet and boots, and I will be grabbing all... Yeah, I'll be grabbing all of them before we actually hit our first boss. Actually, yeah, we will... Oh, there's our dash, by the way. It's not very long, and it's really slow. Oh, nice. I need that, actually. Actually, we're gonna die. I was gonna leave anyway, but I wanted to also get the E-tank, yeah, the sub-tank that's up in the corner. We might have enough jump to get it without sledding. I forget if we actually can get it without any assistance. But yeah, we have a very slow dash. About the only thing it's good for is giving us dash shots. And if you do get the double tap off, some people like the double tap. I double tap intermixed with... There we go. With my normal using... Okay, cool. Now, one thing you might notice there is that I walked... there we go. We in there. I walked right before I jumped, because... I walked right, jumped, and carried over, because you carry your... horizontal momentum, even changing direction midair. Yes, oh, that's another thing. Thank you, SMBI. The shot limit has been removed, or at least it's been removed, but you can only remove it so much, because there's only so many spots in RAM allocated for shot data. So like every, thing on screen, Mega Man fires or an enemy fires is kept track in RAM, and it only goes up to, I believe, 13 or so objects. But right now, this is capsule hunting and upgrade finding. One thing I'm still planning on throwing in this is shuffling these guys around, the hearts and whatnot. Gonna get another container, because the first fight in this game is going to be a doozy. Also, gravity is super strong. Boom. Alright, we're good, we're good. Oh my, that's so satisfying when you get like a quick charge like that. Crap. Alright. Trying to go the fancy route with it, but no dice. I think one of the trickier things is when your jump is seemingly normal. There it is. But gravity is really strong because it plays a lot with your muscle memory for this game. So on to next capsule. Actually, well, I totally ruined the surprise. If we wanted to go here and actually go and get it, climb this, I actually have capped this off, so you cannot go this way, just to make things interesting. So you gotta shoot these batteries or fuel cells or... oh man, whatever they are. This gravity shows me down, but actually it was a good thing I went that way, because now I just set the checkpoint. So, it's actually really nice. Intentional. Oh yeah, our wall slide is like really, really strong, by the way. Planned death warp. Actually, let's go and grab the health that's up here. There's a few different types of wall clinging that you can get in this. Which will either have you slide down, slide up, or just hug the wall. There we go. So we happen to get really fast. There we go. As you notice, we already have helmets, so we only have two things left. Our upgrades. Okay, so here's arm upgrade. This is all intentional. The manipulation will be fully seen later. So now we've got arm. We still cannot... yeah, we cannot do eagle. Yet. Okay, so we're leaving... like, this is a lot of build up to the first fight. Because, like, as soon as you see... like, you'll fully understand why. This is all 100% necessary. So, let's see. Where else can I get some free upgrades? We still have one more area to go to, so we might as well hit that up. The gravity is really strong. I don't know if we'll actually be able to grab the heart that's here without using the sled. We could try. How many lives have I got? 3? Well, after I body old boy here, we'll go down and check it out. Alright, so first thing you might notice is, see these little tinks? Well, that did damage. But if I were to just go like that, it doesn't do damage. And that's because one of the game modes that I've turned on for this particular season, actually, if this ends up being fairly quick, we might be doing 2, unless the runners for the next thing are ready by then. So, puzzle mode. Puzzle mode is a neat little thing that I came up with, where every boss in the game is weak to 2 types of damage, and nothing else. They'll block all other damage. And this mini-boss happens to share the damage table with Sting Chameleon. A couple of the mini-bosses throughout the game will share damage tables with their respective, final end stage bosses. So it's a good little way to, if you don't know who you have to go to next, then it's a good time saver. So the only way that I'm able to deal damage to this is with the, I call it blue, green level charge, you know, your first level of charge. Which, if you've been keeping track of at home, is a very, I haven't actually like opened the hex in this seed to see how short this window is. It feels frame perfect. It's almost like doing like reverse neon, because like you have to let go of this button on the same frame. Also, I would give it no more than 2 frame window for this. To actually do the damage, and I forget how much this does. I believe it's 2 damage per hit. This boss has 64. Every boss in the game has normal health, at least for this seed. So this will be 32 hits to get our chest piece, which, oh yeah, I guess is the only default one that's actually normal as far as the game being the same. That's one thing that really stinks about shooting to the right going so slow, is you can only have one of these bigger shots on screen at the same time. Do I have any? No, I don't. Okay, cool. And this is all optional stuff. I mean, I cranked the difficulty up pretty high on this just to give it a good show. But you definitely do not have to have it this crazy. And at some point, there will be a difficulty slider. Because I've always felt that, like, I love randomizers in general. But I've always wanted them to... Some of them feel like they're definitely geared towards speedrunning. In general, kind of people that usually play them. People have, like, played the game so much where... Come on. Come on, Roadhog. Well... We're, like, right there. And I don't have another weapon, so I can't even, like, pause to make this go any quicker, but... Okay, cool. Reel yourself in, big boy. So this one's definitely, like, I don't know, if it, more or less usually, there we go. If you get a bad, you know, like a really crazy seed or something that's, like, really difficult, like, more often than not, it's probably your fault, because, like, I give you so many levels of just the, like, the amount that you can, like, distort in this game. Just, like, it's almost handcrafted. You still know what you're going to get, but, like, as far as, like, some of the things you're going to be combining together, that's all on you. So some of this is just, like, well, sometimes you reap what you sow. Oh, I'm going to bonk my head if I... Oh, dude, from the abyss. Yeah, no. Gravity's too strong. Because I was only able to grab this... I was barely able to grab this with sled. In my testing of this to make sure that it was beatable. So we're going to leave. That's also a thing you might notice, is that I haven't beat any of these stages, but yet I can leave them. You can leave on this mode. I think I'm just going to apply it to every seed in general, no matter what mode you pick. You can just leave a stage without having to actually have beaten it. It's just a nice thing. If you got Hadouken, Hadouken's something I really haven't messed with too much in the code for the game, mostly because I've never been a big fan of Hadouken. But also, okay, so we have that every one of our good upgrades we can get. Let's go here. We'll get one more. Yeah, actually, no, we can't. We might actually have to start, like, we've got everything. I think I've got all my health. We're gonna have to actually go and do the. We're gonna have to grind, and then we'll actually have to go to our first fight, because I forgot that I. Iceless is not happening. At least with this gravity. Hadouken is not a thing you can potentially get, only because Hadouken checks for so much that it's actually very difficult to really. It's so hard coded in the game that it's almost impossible. Well, it's not impossible, but there's just a lot of work to like get it, because it's checking like every stage you've ever beaten. It's checking like your maximum health tied with like an amount that it should believe is your full health, as well as like hearts, and so many things that like actually move it around is quite difficult. Alright, so now we need to start filling these, because we're gonna get to our first boss fight. But you're like, well, Toke, it's only Penguin. That might be true, actually, because we get the slow shot, we can probably just farm a lot of, Are you not good enough to beat Penguin? Well, after you see Penguin, maybe then you might know why. Also, I love these slow shots. If only you can get it to the point where like it doesn't even move, or like it might move a pixel every 5 seconds. You guys are usually much better at dropping stuff. There's, from what I've seen, there's 2 spots in this where there will be a little bit of a farm grind to fill the tanks, but they're all in pretty good spots where people just drop so much stuff in general. Like the bats here are pretty good about filling tanks, almost more than the caterpillars that you get in Sigma 4. The shot that could calculated. Ah, crap. Need my health. What are we looking at? We're almost at 2 full. Oh yeah, I could get another tank. So it's sort of like the game was not really. It's just that like it's just super hard coded in, because hard coding usually uses less code than, well, for what we'll call soft coding. Oh yeah, there's still another stage I can go to. There's still another thing I can get. Cool. I was like, we don't have everything we can get yet, so let's leave here. We gotta go to another stage. I hadn't changed it because I'm waiting for Tokyo to go to. Yes, wait, like this is 20 minutes still no boss. You'll understand why. We have one more place to go, then we'll actually go to fight our first boss. It's a big surprise, so but it will be Penguin. That's all you'll know, is that it will be Penguin. Because I forgot I hadn't been here yet, because there's still one more tank. Actually, two tanks technically, since like hearts are tanks, and so I don't really need you. But surprised I didn't get fast dozer on there. All right, cool. Also, immune. So let's go back. We'll farm that one, and then actually, how am I doing on lives? I'll go back. We'll farm some lives, because the suspense. I know it's killing everyone. It's killing everyone. It's killing me too. It was really killing me last night when I was testing this. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, we're actually gonna. Yeah, these are what I'm looking for. I think I'm going for 100%. I love and hate that slow shot. 5 is probably enough. Oh, Mega Man. You've been hitting the gym, buddy. I don't really need any more. I don't think I'll need that. Okay. I think we're that's more than enough to fill it. Okay, it's back to Penguin. 22 minutes. No boss fight. Well. See, sometimes you just can't take it in fast. You gotta let it, you gotta savor it. And this is... if I'm keeping this metaphor going, if your mouths are watering, then, like, well... That's see why really quick. Also, oh yeah, because speeds are random. There's pink shot for you. A blistering to the one direction of like. I'll take that. There we go. That was what I was wanting. But surprisingly, this is a very well-made game. With the amount of ridiculous stuff that I've been able to pull off. I'll take that. To this game and not have it crash is a real testament to how well that it really was, like, coded. I've only ever really crashed this game twice, and it's really because it was my own fault. I mean, I guess it's all my fault, but... oh, you get the idea. Alright. 22-23 boss store. That's probably... 24-23 boss store. That's probably good, right? We're on pace. Penguin. Okay, so, yeah, so we got this. So, remember how I said this is puzzle mode? And, so, everyone's weak to only 2 types of damage. Well, that is a random amount between 1 and 4. So these guys are only weak to, well, I forget what their second weakness is, but to prevent soft locking, you have to have a couple foothold bosses, as I call them, where they're only weak to like your initial basic buster stuff. Hey, Syria. So remember that like frame perfect, like. Shot that I was going on about, this blue one? Well, 2 bosses in the game, like that is that's half of their like weakness. This is why I was farming health, because I don't have enough. Thank, well, somebody, not me. Don't thank me. But yeah, so you have to. So you don't have to kill both of them, at least initially. But you do have to pull this trick off. Because I've randomized charging time. If you... I mean, this wouldn't even be a big deal if I hadn't messed with that, but a little extra, you know, a little extra fun. You know, don't get scared either. It's very, you know... We'll get through this. Okay, cool. I love those quick charges, so satisfying because you just feel so powerful. Also, if you were wondering, like, what if they both pull the handle? Well, it pushes you twice as hard, kids, assuming that the direction that the wind blows for both pulls is the same. If they're opposite, then you actually don't get pulled anywhere because the forces cancel out. Oh man, so many penguins. Oh, I couldn't get it. And this is why I was farming, just because it's a very difficult fight, especially when you have, you know, not even starting, like, we're at starting health values. Cool. Alright, cool. And he's dead. Will there be 2 Sigmas? I wouldn't want to spoil the surprise. That's just something you'll have to... You're just gonna have to hold on to it, and... If you believe hard enough, maybe. Okay, so now, like, where do we go? Well, I'll show you where we're going. Right back here. 6, yeah. The game, your system might crash. There were 6 of them. Not to mention, how would you, like, shove them all in that, like, tiny room? As far as double vision is concerned, Initially, you only have to... Oh, dude, the skill. The manipulation is real also. Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to calculate it. Get out of there. Because, like, you walk so fast going to the right. Yeah, dude, confirmed. 6 sigmas. Also, because the shot limit's reduced, another thing you might have, for the astute among you might notice is that I'm not losing weapon energy. Cool, fill that. When I fire, and that's because, well, I turn that off. I turn all weapon energy consumption off during puzzle mode because, well, I think that last thing was a good reason, because if you use all your energy and that's the only way you had, like, to defeat some of these bosses, that's it. Like, you're done. Also, I believe we walk faster than the cart, or at least as fast as the cart. Also, what else we got here? Because it's not super speedrun, because I do want to show a good bit of this off. Alright, here, check this out. Yeah, we get super sled too. At least that direction. It going to the right, or on this particular stage, is pretty slow. Can stage segments be shuffled? No, because the stages are laid out. All of their tile information and a lot of their data. I'm gonna go for this. Actually, hold on. So who needs the cart? Because early, or I jumped late, something like that. I made it last night, and if you get, like, either good gravity or something, like, you can definitely go cartless on that jump. Which I have a couple lives, and it's not terribly far in, so I'm probably going to pull that out, or see if I can pull that off at least another time or two. Maybe it was the other seed that I was playing, because my jump is really bad. Maybe it wasn't this one where I got that. If I can get it off the edge, I think that is enough. Maybe I'm jumping too early. I'm not jumping at the right spot. That much is apparent to me now. Alright, got it. Very end, because I forgot the other one I was testing that on. Alright, cool. We in there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Multi-ball has been activated. So actually a really good thing to get on Dillers. Really bodying the one. That's the one that happens to also be the one that the on-screen health is tracking. A little faster than normal, but not by much. Alright, cool. Maybe that's the fake one. Maybe they're doing like multi-ball, get the super jackpot. When I was originally testing, just basically system limitations, one of the things I did is I made 3 of them, threw them in that room. Just as, like, if it doesn't crash from this, I don't think it's going to crash on anything. So that's, what, 2 down? We've killed two Mavericks in 5 minutes. Pace. We in there. It wasn't done. Maybe that was just a shadow clone. That was, you know, it's not even real. Or some nonsense like that. Okay, next this here. Multi-ball. Worst Peggle ever. Yeah, you try fighting 3 of those. I called it at 2. I'm pretty convinced 3 of almost any enemy, at least as far as the small spaces they give you to fight 1 intentional, is borderline impossible. Actually, we're gonna do this. Actually, oh yeah, you might have not seen what it looks like to have more than one rolling shield at the same time. Aw, darn. Alright, cool. Death by water. Or whatever the rolling shield's made out of. Water. There we go. Alright, this one's gonna be... Oh, got it. Never mind. It was free. False alarm. It was free. Actually, neat little thing here. Actually, because you get to use the rolling shield a lot in these, like, there's things you, like, I never even knew it did, and I've been playing this game for, like, 20-some years. Where, like, rolling shield eats a lot of projectiles, like, just in stages where you wouldn't even imagine. Like, one thing here is that the rolling shield actually will kill spark mandrill, like, electric balls. Who knew? Maybe someone did, like... I definitely didn't know. And that was something I learned last night when I was testing this. Actually, no, wait, hold on. That might have been a lie. I might have lied to you all. Fraud. Alright. Also, remember how I said the damage was random? Well, I don't know if you've been keeping track of how much damage these are all doing. Alright, cool. Yeah, that's about enough. Boss health is 32 by default for everyone except for, like, at least the normal bars. Some mini bosses have more. I mean, doing a pretty even distribution on these, so we might actually... Oh, dude, the skill. Alright, we're actually... This is that manipulation I was telling y'all about. Alright, cool. If you do line it up, you can kill both of them within, like, one shot. Yes, it does look cool. Mega Man track and field percent. Hey, what's going on? Osabe. I shouldn't say... How many do you shoot at once? The game will hard limit you to 9 as far as, like, any projectile just because of the object data in RAM. Mega Man extremely random. Okay, now that we've beat Mandrill, I'm trying to think where I go next. I think the next place we head is here. I do not remember. So this is so the whole thing that's neat about puzzle mode is that you don't know. It's very much in a way like playing the game for the very first time because you have to try to piece together who you can even, you know, do damage to. So there's going to be a little bit of backtracking in this, but I played through a good chunk of this. There's still a couple mysteries left in this as to what I can and can't, you know, do stuff to. But those are at the end where it's going to be extra spicy to not know. Well, thank you, Saria. I'm sure that it will. I also was tweeting it out because it's a pretty awesome event. Got him. Gotta love the fast running speed. I'm trying to think if there's like other stuff. Though, for right now, we're only going to be fighting this lone Mama Eagle. Oh yeah, it's Pokemon rules. Never mind. Pokemon. Super effective. It's like really effective. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. Alright, well, dead. And it's Vaporwave now. Congratulations. It's just a side effect of the manipulation. Are there any questions anyone has about any of this that I might not have addressed, or something you've noted? Alright, time for best music in the game. Just saying. Hardest boss. I actually love all the music in this game, but like, I don't know, this is a track that's definitely grown on me more and more the more I've been working on randomizing, just playing this game. Oh, Kit, why are you barking, girl? Also, ladder climb speed and descent speed is randomized. Oh, there's a good thing coming up here that you actually might like. Wow. Dun, dun, dun. Hold on to your butts. It's gonna get really bumpy. Okay, and it trolls you right there at the end by slowing down. Actually, all those you might notice the ladder as well. So the lift. Do 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 do. Wait, no, we're in there. Okay, so the lift is randomized. Every, like, there's 5 different intervals that changes speeds while doing the climb, and those are all randomized as well as when those intervals kick in. Yeah. Cannot get free iceless on this. The gravity is such that, like, it turns something that's a double pixel perfect trick into something that I'm convinced is impossible. I've not been able to pull it off. It looks close, but like the actual grab part is so well, ice full. Ice full, boys. Crap. I clipped that. Also, this is a thing you can do. Is you can, the game doesn't actually, like, you were never supposed to be able to fire more than one of these at the same time. The gravity hit, like, comes in so hard that I feel like the timing for Isis is really screwed up. I can climb Mega Man. Are we in there? Alright, cool. Boom. This thing is too random. Well, it might be a little bit of a random episode over there, because I turned everything on. Like, I cranked just about everything on that I could. So, like, well, what? Okay, so he's gonna throw Boomerang, but I'm gonna let this happen just for a little bit. Just take it in. Take a big... Just like a straw. Like a big, like, bendy straw. Super Kwanger. Even more boomerang action than before. Oh yeah, multiple tornado. Oh, never mind, Dad. I think of all of the double bosses, I think Double Kwanger is probably the most fitting for it, just because it's like... Yeah, this is like... Dude, the Earth or wherever Mega Man's at just like grabs on you so hard. You don't even know what to do. Okay, so there's that. Tank. I could go and get 4. I got through a good chunk of this on 3, so I'm not gonna grab any more. So where can we go next? No. Let's go here. Actually, yeah, why not? Is it possible to randomize the reward you get for being... Yes and no. It's going to take a lot of custom coding to actually change something like that, but it shouldn't be terribly... I can like just do this now. Oh yeah. So why you call it drunk mode? Well, this should be just like... What else would you call this? Make sure I don't jump too terribly high. Remember, Pokemon, well, I say Pokemon rules, it's not even a thing, it's just something I like to think in my head for this. But, oh, cool. What are you looking at? Cool, I like almost 2 tanks. Because it has too much power. Sigma Wizard, right? And maybe. We're the new power. If you get a good jump, you can actually clear the event for this and actually skip this entire boss. Oh, dude. Super effect. Aw, stingy game. Actually, I'm probably going to. Can I even... Oh, that's fine. Oh, I didn't have full health, so it really didn't make any... There was no reason for me to even, like, go for that. Almost threaded it. Alright. I would like to say that this one was one of the ones that got the, at least, like, no fun, big, like, thing to speedrunners about not being able to do this, but sadly it's not. I love it when you can't kill this thing with that. Also, it's, like, all over the place. I should have let it live a little longer. Guess I could have gotten the heart. Actually, no, I need... Boom, blow that. You puffer fish. Alright. I think this is one of the spots where we actually get, like, true weakness. Flitting sprays of metal petals. Oh, no. Actually, no, we don't get true weakness here. But, well, I guess we get, like, half true weakness. This is honestly the point where, like, if I have 2 octopi going on and it doesn't crash the game, like, full force things going on, I'm shooting stuff, they're shooting stuff, like, there's nothing I can do to crash this game, at least as far as super intentionally. Oh. That would've been cool, like, right on the tail end. Hook shot. Yeah, the boomerangs are, like, crazy. You can't trust them, and like there's some crazy patterns for those you can get, so... But yeah, quick reminder in case anyone's just coming in on this, this is all... This is on console. Like, I can show you this, I can show you my Super Nintendo, like... I'm surprised it handles it this well as well. Because it's just one of those things where it's like, I had no hopes. And when I had the idea to add something like this, I'm like, I don't even know how well this is even going to work. But it actually handles it very impressively. Like, watch this, watch what we're going to do here. Wall of Death. Alright, there we go. But yeah, like, changing the items that you get from the bosses is definitely on my list. Oh yeah! Okay. Okay. Everyone's about to see some, like, lost stuff. Alright, I need to get this Hogamer to turn around. You notice that? Look at the shield there. Boom. Lost to time, but unlocked in the randomizer, is an ability that the Hogamers always had that's in the game, but I guess they scrapped it at the end, where if originally their shields were meant to be destroyed, and this is a random chance thing to happen. But if they lose their shield, they just have a behavior where they will jump towards you and throw their big spike ball. And for whatever reason, they made their shields basically block all damage, so you can't do it. I assume just make them a more difficult. Hey, there we go. Enemy. So you're like, Toke, that's just one. You know. Oh yeah, another thing I didn't know until recently is that the rolling shield eats oil as well as the fire that Mammoth shoots out. This also just does like 1 damage. Oh, rip true weakness. Excuse me. A little nasty there. Okay. There's a secondary thing to this, and I'm not sure what it is. Because I don't want to do this 1 HP at a time. Is it a charged version of this? Oh, it is! How much does it do? Well, it's doing something. Okay, that's actually a lot of damage. We in there. If you ever wondered what it was like to be in there, well, we are in there. Oh. Juked. I would like to try. I would like to see if I can get the simultaneous kill. But I don't know if I'll be that lucky. To be honest. Alright, well, gotta go a little soft. Can't be super bold here. It'll be like the next like hit or something. I won't. Well, no, never mind. We in there. We killed the fake one. Oh, the trunk, he looks like weird. Pretty much. He has like a little pig face. I always thought that as well. He just looks a little weird. Okay, cool. The rare chameleon last. So we've already killed. It was RC80. I forget what the name of the mini boss is in this stage. If I want, and I may have a reason. Oh yeah, check this out. Well, I guess don't check it out. In the water. Oh yeah, that's another thing you may or may not have noticed, for the random capsules. Actually, I'm just gonna do this. Who needs charged shield? I will ignore the health, maybe we don't need it. Maybe we just don't need it. I've ignored 2 hearts so far. Boom. Alrighty. So, how's everyone been enjoying the marathon so far? Because I know that I'm a little bit of a downtime between the big chunk of Final Fantasy games. The Final Fantasy block. I believe? No, I don't believe. It's this? No. I've forgotten. I think it's this. Oh, we in there. It's only Tornado. Mega Man may be a little too strong. I don't know, what do you think? I've been trying to catch as much of the marathon as I can, and I've been enjoying what I've been seeing. Hey, dead. Man, the false chameleon taunting me from the grave. Don't want to spam them too much. That's like the only time I've ever softlocked this game is because I just caused the RAM overflows. Two launch octopus and spammed a lot of tornadoes, and it just eventually, like, there was just too much going on where it was, well, there was just too much stuff getting written in, stuff got written in RAM where it wasn't supposed to, and just crashed the entire game. Got in trouble watching it work, so I switched it to audio, known as all the strats. Right. Oh yeah, this that's actually, I like how the one part, each actual, like, you know, because like the chameleon sting, like what's the word I'm looking for, like fractures, for lack of a better word. Okay, so I've heard this incorrectly stated a couple times at GDQs, where like they say, like, touching this wall. This wall has this wall here has a magic property that no other wall has, and that's actually not true. What is actually happening and why your iframes are so greatly reduced is that by touching the wall, you actually bypass a part of the code, or like a call in the order of events that makes your iframe shorter, because it was like an interaction sequence that they hadn't quite like thought thought to mess with. And I'm gonna try this, but because our grab is so... Oh, hey! We're actually gonna be able to get it. A very comfy speed. Okay. We're actually gonna get skip. Nice. Well, part of skip. I think my shields would have actually gone too fast to actually stay on screen. So we get half skip, which is fine, because it's very rare to actually get skip. But I tried it last night and I wasn't able to pull it off. Like, the gravity grabbed me a little too quick. And yeah, it's just like the one like shard of it goes like, and then it's just like this little Sunday cruise speed. Okay, so Vile actually is his damage that will be dealt to him is the same as the regular game, because his actual damage table is what every basic enemy in the game uses. So I'm going to do. We have a relatively fast charge, so I'm going to actually do a quick kill on Vile with Ice Sled, because Ice Sled actually does the most damage to Vile of anything in the game. 8 damage. So, boom. 4 shots. Jump physics, charge time, gravity, slope, ladder physics, dash speed, dash length, starting health, capsules, oh man, 0, don't die. You're never gonna come back. F7, pay respects, Bible, thump, feels, bad man. And the thing I love about this is there's so much stuff that gets like changed in this that it's like I love the strats you come up with on the fly, because that's what makes the randomizers fun, I think. And there's a lot of it in this one, for sure. I wish we got upslide for this though, so that I could just slide up on Sigma 4 instead of climbing, just go whoop. Alright. So, if you actually randomize item speed and have it so that... Because the whole reason that I'll let Super Quanger happen again for those who haven't seen it. Throw your hat, you fool. Come on, throw it. There it is. So if his boomerang does not get back to him in the time the game thinks it should, he just starts like hucking him like crazy. I don't know why, but he just goes like Super Saiyan with it. I mean, that's like the right term. Okay, so here's a different change. We actually have to kill both of these. Starting in the refights, you actually have to kill both of the... He dies as much as... I don't know if he dies that much. Close. Okay, so... We're going to switch over here because I need to fill some tanks. This is a great farm spot, and it's actually a very conveniently placed farm spot because I'm going to need it. Every extra life. Because you've not seen one of, I think, my favorite incidental things, other than Super Quanger, which is probably one of my favorite things that was an unintentional thing. And I passed up, I think that was it, actually. Yeah, we're good. Oh, yeah, like, I love this game. I've been playing this game since I was, like, 5 years old. 5 or 6. Oh, I was farming. But the shield one-hit kills everything. You have to keep your rolling shield. So, we're just filling tanks because... Real benchmark for greatness. So, look. Oh, man, wait, this isn't normal. Okay, so this is going to be actually pretty tricky. So we have 2 spiders, 2 spooters, which share damage table. Some bosses share damage tables. Every boss. Oh, this is gonna be going like this, right? Okay, so I'm safe here for this. Oh, okay, so this is a thing that they do. They switch out if you have 2 of them. So now basically, I don't want to, like, crack this yet. Okay, cool. These, because they're weak, the spider's weak to ice normally, it uses Mandrill's damage table. Both of the things that Mandrill is weak against in this particular seed are Rolling Shield and Charged Tornado, both of which do 1 damage. Bosses have 32 bars of health, there's 2 spiders, and because they keep switching out and doing what I always call the tag team thing, depending on how lucky you get with them switching and tagging out, it could be a 64 health boss. Just because, like... And we'll see if we get the switches, because right now we're fighting the duplicate. The one that isn't having its health tracked. Yeah, I've been playing this game since I was like 5, and I'm like 28, so... Play this game a time or two. Cool. And you might notice that I'm only firing right, and that's because my shield travel time is way... And this will be the one that has its health actively counted on the screen. Nope, it's still the other one. We're gonna get really lucky on this, actually. And there's tank up. Yeah, try reading that. Try reading that pattern. I don't care, like, how long you've been playing the game. You only get really a second to read one of them, and then just, like, hope and pray. Oh, cool, we've gotten so lucky on this, where, like, usually they swap out. Oh, there it is. Now we have the one whose health is actively tracked. So now this is where we're gonna get the troll. This is where we're gonna get the troll, because now we have, like, a, you know, now this is the boss. The one that was weak is switched out. And now we have this one that has a full bar. Boom. That we have to now whittle down. And when will they switch? I don't know. It is completely random. You can't bet on it, but I kind of like that. But yeah. Bah, God. Have you ever seen something like it? Oh, and there's the tags. Now, is this the one that... Also, sometimes the patterns can change mid-drop. Wait, I think we're at the spider that is not being tracked on screen. I also don't know if I can touch the spider again. We're gonna bank it all. Oh my god, the troll. All right, cool. I really... Okay. Okay, so we're actually getting pretty lucky. Well, it's not gonna matter if this just keeps up and I keep getting these good patterns, because one of them's gonna die. Also, it's so satisfying to be able to, like, keep a weapon up that messes with these little baby spiders. Because they're just the most annoying thing. Dude, in Pastos Buster only, those are a nightmare. Because you can't kill them, you have to avoid them, but there's like a big spider. And that's why I don't shoot left in this, because it's just like the travel time is just not worth it. You have to be like right on the spider. Or, like... Also, the shield can clip through walls, especially depending on how fast it travels. So it's definitely something like... free. It's the free drop. Okay. Well, this one's gonna be like in the books, because this other spiders and that other tag. Yeah, if you hear the. All right, cool. I only have to kill one, and I'm gonna try to get as much damage in on both of them as I can. So one's gonna drop here. I have one spare tank. We should be good. Oh, the tag. Is it the active health one? It is. Maximum troll. Confirmed maximum troll. I can take one more, like, full hit to the face. Oh, I misread that. Thought I was going to go to the center, but it didn't. Oh, we have at least 5 hits left until one of these is dead. This is also a big endurance round too if you get the double spider and like 1 HP just mess like this. Alright, cool. Last tank. Let's go. Alright, well, I'm safe here. I think that's active health one, so like two hits. Alright, cool. 1 hit. Probably could just be like... Alright, cool. Dude, fake out. Yeah, that was just the unfortunate side effect of this particular mix of RNG where like the 2 things you can damage it are 1 HP, so it's very much an endurance round and a true test of skill. I mean, even with like, you know, low health and everything else. Got him. Usually you don't get terribly unlucky like that, where it's just a very unfortunate thing. We're about to make up for a lot of that lost speed. So we actually, I believe the other that super tight window shot is actually going to be the preferred way to fight both penguins, because the thing that actually does, the other weakness does 1 damage, and I think it's Charged Tornado. I do not remember. Oh, dude, the thread. I also do not have any safety net for this now. Oh, the slide troll. Also, Penguin's always just a jerk. I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone knows this, but there we go. But yeah, in the refights, you gotta fight both of them because the door is checking to see that Penguin's, you know, whatever boss is supposed to be in here is dead. Take this moment to... Darn. So it's like you get like Charged Tornado, it's like 1 damage, that's all you're gonna get in. As opposed to... Oh, we actually got the conflicting wins on that. Oh no, never mind. 1 lasted, I think they stacked. I'm not gonna risk that. Please don't jump near me. Slide, one of you. Please. Slide. Why are there 2 though? Because this is a mode called Double Vision and I thought it would be fun. Sometimes it is. Okay, we're... One of them is just about dead. Oh, there it is. Look at your boy. I was really hoping I was going to pull that off at least 1 time. The odds are really good. You can pull that off at least once with the, dude, shot heard. The moment that defined a generation. That makes up for that. The rest of this shouldn't be too terribly hard. I keep getting health. I keep getting, like, extra lives, and I kind of don't want them, because we're at 7. Technically 8. Oh yeah! So, I forgot that the other weakness for Eagle... Remember we fought 1? Well, there's 2 now, and that's how fast, like, that's how hard they can play. But I actually, like, go so fast that, so, the secret is you gotta really flambe your Eagle, if you want, you know, maximum moisture and juiciness. So keep that in mind. Also make sure to not leave it in the oven for too long or it will dry out and no one wants a dry bird. Also, the flamethrower is pretty dinky facing the right, but it's like we got this wind that's blowing. Okay, there's one. If you want, you can actually ignore this eagle and just go to the boss. What are we looking on tanks? Regular, well, see, you gotta make sure you got it crispy. Crispy eagle. I could fight the other eagle. Should I? No, well, we'll leave that one. The eagle's a very, like, endangered species or something, so we'll leave the one. It'll be nice. Also, Rang shares a damage table with eagle. Oh, that was good. I don't know if anyone else was clenching pretty hard during that one jump, but I felt it. Okay, we're pretty much there. You can double Rangda up, but it's very unstable. I removed it just so this would be beatable. You can get it, but there is a soft lock potential with it. So that's why I didn't really go for it. Dude, what about you know, the herbs and spices? Like, what kind of... Oh. Cool. Now we only have Xenos. Okay, cool. Cool. Clutch. Alright. Can you feel it now, Mr. Krabs? Dude, what about Cajun? A little Cajun. A little spice with your heat, you know? Okay, now we've got the real rush here, and this is gonna... I feel like I'm gonna need to farm for this, actually. I'm trying to think, is there enough... Are all of these free? Go, never mind, just let's go in, do it. So to prepare for this, I didn't even go to bed. I'm a filthy procrastinator. And like tested all of this like the night before and like finished my seed testing like 2 AM and just have been up all night. I think I took like an hour nap or something. Oh yeah, okay, this one was free. Also check this out. Wait for it. It doesn't do any damage, but you still remove the hard shell to get to the soft meat. These are not the fastest I've seen these go. We might get double kill here. Boom! Actually got it, nice. Procrastination Nation. Alright, cool. Actually want that, wait, go off screen. I don't want you. I want you. Because you're gonna actually kill these bats for me. Oh man, dash jumping feels bad in this seed. The shell's the best part. Well, there's a lot of vitamins in the shell. That's what my mom always told me. Wait, no, it was potatoes. Yeah, it's probably the same thing. Probably eat it anyway. It's a little extra something for you. Mega Man's a growing robot boy. Needs his vitamins. So I finally figured it out after all these years. The other day I was streaming, there's a FMV, full motion video game, on the Sega Saturn as Mega Man. Okay, so now the true test of a warrior. I don't know. Okay, I'm here. Sometimes you get these if you kill one of them during a thing, like, they'll do this. I don't know why. Oh! Well, they're what plants crave. Okay, well, the game crashed, so you got that. It might have been one too many tornadoes. So there's the only way going to the. What am I? Actually, I've had enough time that we can salvage this. It'll involve doing Spider again. We're only behind 2 stages, but I've got 2 hours, so that's more than enough time to hammer the rest of this out. Fun fact, if you just do a reset, just soft reset your system, don't power cycle it, you keep your password, you return from here, but you do keep all of your progress, which is really nice. Yeah, one thing you have to do is be careful during, if you do turn on the shot limit and reduce that. Tornado seems to be the one thing that's like really a troublesome spot where it can cause stuff. Passwords only work up until this point. The game will give you a password if you beat anything past this point, but it will always spit you out here. I guess it's to make, like, so you gotta, like, beat the rest of the game legit or something. I've been meaning I'm trying to put in something where it'll keep track of stages. That's what happened to me last night in this with the short jump. But yeah, it's something they threw in the regular game. Like, as a kid, I used to hate that because, like, well, I guess I'll just have to beat it from here and just play through a bunch of this stuff. Went a little too ham on the tornado. That's fine. The only thing that's going to be, like, a bottleneck is that, like, the spider fight's going to take a little bit. Maybe we can get lucky with it and there won't be that many changes, but everything else will be fine. So we've only really lost maybe, like, depending on how long, you don't count spider, 10 minutes. So I think that's plenty of time because the last bit here is more or less pretty straightforward. So it's not a huge setback, but there it is. Boom. Zoom. But the idea stuff, that's effectively what I did, is the soft reset. Man, not again. Zero, it's not even the next game yet. But yeah, like, that's effectively just what I did, was put in password. Oh, sort of. I mean, kept my progress. But as far as the game just doesn't keep track of it for some reason. I always assumed it was for that reason. It's like, you gotta beat it super legit. Who cares how far you got, kid? You gotta, like, I don't know, do all the extra stages in, like, one go. We're looking good. It's not a major setback. I know it feels like maybe it is, but really not that bad. Boom. Okay, cool. Farm. So the only thing that's really the only thing that's going to take a little bit is the spider fight, and that's just an RNG dependent thing, but it shouldn't be an issue. I was like playing that fight over and over last night, just to get used to juking the pattern to last that long during the fight. I have thought about trying to look into that issue and alter the password system so that it would write. So basically your passwords could spit you out if something like that does happen, where you don't lose your progress. Like, you can go to the extra sigma stages. I think we're roughly about there. We're about there. Got him. Do the spooters have names? They should be named Falcor and Atreyu, never-ending spooters. Well, that's a good idea. Maybe we can call them. We can start calling them that. Read that. I dare you. I dare you to read. Okay, cool. I got really lucky last night on one of my cool, and it's this one. You can get lucky, and like this one might just be the one that stays there, like, you know, the entire time, and maybe the other one doesn't even come back. Very luck dependent, and if RNGesus has anything, maybe that'll happen and we can gain a little bit of time. And I'll just use the other weakness on oh. Okay, so I'm safe. I should have stayed here because I was like, the one looked fine. Cool. Alright, cool. If you can get... Hadouken is in the game, but I can't get it. I don't even have, like, close to 32, nor do I have anything that really tracks Hadouken, because Hadouken is lame. Also, Hadouken wouldn't do any damage against these anyway, because it's puzzle mode. Puzzle mode doesn't take Hadouken into account, and even if it did, it wouldn't do 32. It would be a random amount between 1 and 4, so you'd have to... burn 1. It wouldn't even matter. Also, Hadouken can only be used on full health. You could probably change that, but it just seems like a lot of effort just for, like, one thing. It wouldn't even be that good. So it's just like, I don't know. Seems a little pointless. It's not that it doesn't play... Well, I mean, it's a very hard-coded thing. There's so many aspects of it that are just, like, there. And you can change... It's definitely possible. You can change anything, but it's definitely never been a big priority. Darn. Misread that. Looking at chat. Home. Home. Yes, randomized jump physics. All aspects. You can even get like a double jump in here as well. I just didn't get the suitable RNG when it generated the seed. But everything, movement, boom. Like everything's pretty pretty randomized, all aspects of movement. More or less. You don't know what you're gonna get. And it's if you choose to enable it, of course. All of these are, I mean, no one's forcing you to play this any way other than how you want, more or less. Like, all aspects. Nice. Boom. Yeah, it's a good dash. See, you already felt like you could go fast enough. It wouldn't be fair otherwise. I mean, come on, let's be real here. Dr. Light just didn't... Okay, now we got the tag team. Is it the same spider or the other spider? It's the same spider, cool. Maybe this is the one that's close to dead. Cool. Yeah, it's starting to go really fast now. That's one thing I have not really messed with too much, and it's an easy thing I could do is alter, like, boss movement speed. Armadillo is the only one that gets affected by it so far because Armadillo pulls the same values as certain projectile speeds when she's bouncing around. So, like, sometimes you get her and she goes like 1,000,000 miles an hour, and it's like the fastest thing you've ever seen. And sometimes it's pretty normal. This might just be it. Like, if it doesn't... Yeah, there it is. Boom. Can't tag out now, boy. So yeah, now we're more or less back to where we were. We still have to beat Rangda, but all these are pretty easy, straightforward bosses, so... But yeah, we only really lost about 10 minutes on the on that lock, so that password means nothing. Unless you got a new, like, heart piece. I've always considered Armadillo to be female. I don't know why. It's a robot, but I don't know. Hey, we saved it. May as well. Got it. Well, Bow Spider definitely is. Eagle definitely is. More or less. I don't know. Something about it just strikes me as that. I mean, I'm sure that none of them like Bow Spider and Eagle definitely. There's no argument you can really make for it because they both have like little babies. Unless they're like seahorses or something where it's like switched. She totally is. She spits eggs with, like, birds in them. What more do you need? That's all I'm saying. I mean, to ruin your illusion. Mega Man's been ruined forever. But it, like, creates it. If they're Emperor Penguins, Emperor Penguin Robot. Okay. Man. Sure. Looking good. Dude, look, that was pretty good. It synced up really well for that. We're so close. God, oh no. Okay, I need to actually use this. Play the PSP version is garbage. Why would you believe anything said in that? I mean, it would be real here. Who thought it was a good idea? Boom. Who thought it was a good idea to, like, every attack that Mega Man, like, does, he has to talk? Like, that is an automatic disqualification, like, right in and of itself. Must be lying. I mean... That's all I'm saying. Yeah, flame broiled. Okay, we might agree to disagree, but I think we can all agree that every time you use any attack, shotgun ice, yeah, it's. I do like some of the idea, like some of the like stage layout stuff that they did for that game, though. But the thing is, like, this eagle, like, is Eagle just holding the egg, or does Eagle create the egg? Because you're also assuming that this design... I'm just gonna... Boom. You're assuming that, like, I don't know, the egg comes out of the butt or something. Yeah, I don't know, however it works. You're, like... But who... Maybe it works differently in a robot eagle. That's all I'm saying. That's... That's all I'm saying. Gotta open your horizons, man. I don't know. But... Like, is it the creation of the egg, or is it, like, a storage of the egg? It's, like, because it's, like, in the body. I'm trying to think of, like, another anime, like, keeps it, like, fully, encapsulated in the body. While it's just a storage, a means of storage. Doesn't, like, because kangaroo doesn't count, like, any marsupial doesn't really count, because it's not fully in the body, it's, like, it's just like a little pocket. They got they had pants technology first, is what it is. Must be lying. Boom. Yeah, look at this. We're pretty much right back to right where we were. You just gotta be real brave. That's witchery. Sometimes it doesn't load. Yeah, I'm gonna be soft and use this. You know, I know that was the last hit. Sometimes you just gotta feel the game. It's like music. It's like playing an instrument. You know, so like sometimes you don't even need to look. You just feel it. Do I want to farm? I don't know. Let's just go. You also can, for some reason... Oh. Hello. Hex. Oh, I'm glad, because I'm gonna have to farm this spot. I forget, does Mega Man talk in Power It Up? Like when any attack is done? I never played Power It Up. It was around that same era where it's like, oh, let's take our old Mega Man games and make them like 3D. I always thought it was weird how the boss rush was split up in this game. Failed, skip. Yeah, I can't do the skip and double vision. It doesn't work. There's too much going on. Like, I think it's the addition of the extra boss. That the camera doesn't matter in that. Got extra lives. I'm par for that. In before it crashes again. I'll probably use the charge. Where are we at? I never played it. Just looked weird. I didn't like the art style for Power though. I didn't really care for the art style for Maverick Hunters or whatever it was called. But I just gotta be real. We just gotta be real careful this time. It looks really good when you beat the if the screen glitches and you have to fight the second one. Darn lizards. Also, their pattern, like, they can attack you, as you can see, while invis, or cloaked, however you'd like to think of it. Okay, let's see. Okay, cool. We only get this glitch. Well, we get to see half of the screen, and we blasted off the screen. Cool. Well, all potential soft lock, I'm gonna call it. Say we in there. Now, if I can get this to. There we go. Eagle helped crashing the game. Well, no, it was just I spammed a little too much tornado. That was all it was. I don't know if we get true in this now. Look at the thread. Master Seamstress. I couldn't quite pull off getting the kick. That would have killed me. Also, there's no health here, too. Sure, some of you may have noticed it. Passing by probably noticed it. What was some question from earlier? Double Sigma or something? Some nonsense? Boom. I think we're just about there. Oh, cool guys don't look explosions. Alright, cool. Boomerang. Yeah, I never had a PSP, so I never really got to check out a lot of those. I've seen them be played though. This is going to just be a big help. And call PETA. Trying to think of what the other thing is. These, the weakness for, as I say, it does a good chunk of damage. Oh, nice. Alright, cool. I want to pull it off. What are we looking at on lives? Plenty? Alright, cool. Alright, cool. Don't even need Charge Sting. Oh yeah, what was good against Shield? Shield. Yeah, Shield. Octopus for lunch. That is exactly right. There we go, they've split up. Oh wait, it's only one damage. It can't be that. True weakness? We also bypassed a camera lock. A little spoiler. It wasn't that. Is it charged? That slow traveling one. Oh no, it was charged boomerang. Does a little bit more. Oh no. Oh. We're looking pretty good. Nice. But yeah, as far as the rest of the randomization goes, we're pretty much gonna just about see everything else there is to see in this seed. But I figured I would use double bosses. It's definitely not a finalized thing yet, but I figured enough people would like to see this. Because, like, I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a lot of, like, randomizers, like, do something quite on this level that the X randomizer does. So I just want to make sure that, like, it's, like, just fully, just, like, crazy thing to watch. Boom. Dude, mid-air explosion. Ranga. Boom. And no, we don't fight two. I tried. Believe me, I really wanted to be able to fight two, but actually we try to shove two in here at the same time. They break. I think there's too many moving parts. The dodge. Boom. Alright. 6 Sigmas, next Randomassacre. Yeah, I had to get the... I didn't know if anyone knows that. You can actually slide under those big electric orbs that D-Tank shoots out. But it's even better when you're, like, traveling at, like, you know, pixel a second or, you know, 2 pixels a second. Just, like... You skirt right underneath it. So we're pretty much at the end of the game. 6 Sigmas incoming. It was written. Or something. When you if you luck out and get the wall grab where you just stay still, it makes this so much easier. You just hold right and pretty much win. Smig 6. I don't know. That sounds kind of nasty. Maybe not that. Ignore that last one. Okay, so up until this point, I've known everything. I've known all the weaknesses, only just because I've kind of played through. Make sure that it was beatable, but there are still some secrets. For those of you who are keeping notes at home, I said there was some unknowns, even to me, about this seed. And the only unknowns really, I mean, like, I knew about Spider and Tank and Ranga's weaknesses because they share their damage tables with other bosses in the game. Spider shares her table with Mandrill, Rangda with Eagle, and Tank with Chameleon. That also goes for Velgarder, the dog. Velgarder will be pulling from Mandrill, but Jedi Sigma, as I like to call him, maybe a non-copyright infringing Sigma, as well as Final Form Sigma. I do not know what they're weak to, so that is a little something that we can share together. And up to this point, as everyone who's been keeping track will know, is that everyone's been weak to 2 different types of damage. So, you know, if like one does, you know, not a lot, then maybe the other one will luck out. And that is true for Velgarder because of the damage table, but for Jedi Sigma and Final Form, well, there's not much I can really do about it now. If it's even on my end, it might be Twitch. Oh, cool, we're full. Yeah, sometimes you gotta refresh. It's just like Twitch being Twitch. So to spice it up even more and to make the final battle better against the... I got a lot of clip on that one. Even though I wasted time setting it up. The both forms of actual Sigma, both lightsaber wielding and the big Doge head, are only weak to one thing. So you gotta figure out what it is, and whatever it is, you better pray that it's something good. Also, look at it. Look at the shield. Look at how much it just does. Also, this is pretty cheap, by the way. Also, the iframes on Velgarder have always been very short. Because Velgarder uses the same thing, it's just 1 damage. 1 damage. Hopefully we luck out on the final forms of Sigma. Boom. Alright, now the fun starts, because now I don't know. I don't know anything. So, all I gotta do is cycle through everything. It could be anything. It's like in... Okay, it's not that, and it's just like, well, what is it? And there's a couple times where you're praying it's like that it isn't a couple things, because some of the like you're praying that it's not Charged Shield, for example. Charged Shield is insufferable. Okay, thank you, Jesus. It's not that. It's not fire. Fire wouldn't have been bad. Actually, this would be kind of funny if the slow fire, the slow burn, that would have been nice if it was that. Let's tornado it up now. Maybe we'll get true weakness and it'll be electric. Nope. Alright, time to shine. Nope. Rip true weakness. Okay. Ice. Is it sled? Oh, just missed them. Oh, okay, so it is one of these then. Oh, I know what it is. Okay. It's not that. It's probably the aura then. It is. It is the... So the little... See when I shoot that, there's that circle thing, that little bubble thing that envelops me? That does damage in the normal game. It only does 1, but it does it to most enemies within the span of like 1 per frame. That's why it just blows up most anything. So it's... At least it does a good bit of damage. Because I don't know if there's been times where like you go to like shoot something, if you get real close with the pink shot, and it doesn't seem to do a lot of damage. That's why, because the thing that ended up doing damage to it and initiating iframes is this little pink bubble. At least it charges fairly quick, so that's fine. Okay, so now we gotta hope that we can really cheese Final Form Sigma. Maybe something where we don't have to climb, we can just stand on the ground. That's always pretty fun. This is one that's just like the timing for it, because it's like you gotta be close enough to get it in, but you also don't want to get hit. This might be, we might have a good thing going on here. Crap. Alright, we in there. I'm gonna say that we won. That's, boom. Done. Turbo dead. Even though somehow I can alternate this, but I can't pause the game. Because if I could pause, I could leave the stage and come back. That's the first time I've ever seen that, actually. Maybe there was too much going on. I don't know. We killed him. We got it. I can't think of a better end, honestly. And there's no way we can play back because there's not enough time. But got him. The ultimate cheese. I love how that was like when the transition to the other form starts. That was like what played what like cliffhanger. By Mega Man X2. They wrap it up in the sequel. So I think that's about all for me. The Six Sigmas. Yeah, that's never happened before. Get to say that now. But good deal. If you want to actually know, there's only just the one Sigma and the one Sigma in final form because they're cutscene tied, so you can't really duplicate them. Exerting their will. Sigma Virus may have won. Maybe X won. I still... That is really good. We won. That's all I can say, we won. I don't know why I can do this. It's a really unique soft lock. Usually you can just... You get nothing or everything. Crashed out. Good deal. But, yeah, so, Final Fantasy VI is up next. I'm not sure who's running that, but stick around for that, and enjoy the rest of the marathon, everyone. Have a nice weekend.